What y'all think about that Kevin Porter situation, man?
Even before we talk about that, before we even switch to that, I was going to say something else. But you know what? Go ahead. For me, shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
It could just 100%. It shouldn't have happened.
Now we gotta say allegedly.
No. It's not even just the situation because the new reports that came out that claims that he might not, have been the reason she fractured her neck. That's what's claimed. Supposed to be some new evidence out how true that is. Who knows?
They say he hit her. Just said, I ain't do that part.
Right, I ain't do that part. I hit part. I say he didn't fracture her neck.
Yeah.
But my instance with that is, if I can, for that is just listen. All right, fellas, we are in a new climate, a new day, a new era.
Cameras and
cameras
everywhere.
Everything. We gotta be a lot more smarter about our choices and in our relationships nowadays. It ain't the same no more. Like with nowadays with these situations. Like I'm just gonna speak to the dudes right now. You with a female. You got a female. Y'all get into a little argument. If she's aggressive. She's putting her hands in your face. She's spitting venom to you. She's trying to provoke you to get something out of you. And it is too easy nowadays for a story to get twisted into the media or for something to be turned into something that's not, just based off of the fact that you were in a situation you should not have had yourself in.
No, we're not saying that's what she did.
No, I'm not speaking to his situation. I'm not speaking to his situation. I'm speaking in general because you see more and more of these cases like this are popping up all over the place. Where you got women that saying that they are abused by their significant other or something happened where a dude put their hands on somebody.
Keep your hands to yourself, bro. Right? Everybody.
You get mad, you get to that point, walk away, please. Go for a drive.
Please.
It is not worth it because how society is, everyone's going to believe the woman. Everyone's going to believe the woman. So she could be lying on you. Who's going to believe you? You know what I mean?
I would say when it comes to that particular situation, this is just karma coming back at him because I don't think this might not be the first time he did this.
It ain't. Been a couple.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's been accused of this before, right? So this is due. You due to get in trouble for this,
right?
This is behavior that you've been showing out, and at this point, you got to learn, dog. Like you can't put your hands on the female, bro.
Keep
your hands to yourself, bro. You an NBA player. You built like 6'6", 250 or whatever. Walk away, or if somebody's swinging on you. You pick them up, you scoop them, and you hold their hands.
Yep.
Until somebody comes. That's all you gotta do, bro.
Right.
What is up? That's all you gotta
do,
your
arms around with something. Do not
hold their hands.
Right. Do not.
Never that deep. I'm like, do not.
You in a hotel. Tell somebody to come through.
But the problem with that was, with him, he shouldn't have went back to the room. Because according to reports, is that she locked him out the room, and he was fussing about trying to get into the room. He shouldn't have went back in the room because you were already heated. I'm pretty sure she's already heated behind the door. That's why she locked the door. Right. And you trying to go back in there for whatever reason. You shouldn't have went back in there because once you go back in and you bust that door down, anything that happens at that point is your fault. You shouldn't have went back in there.
You shouldn't have went back in there. He provoked it.
Right, exactly. You shouldn't have went back in there. Once she locked the door, walk away. Your wallet, your money in there. Like, listen, you're just going to have to take that L until she calms down. Everybody calm down, and then she lets you back in. But you can't force yourself back into that situation. The crazy thing is, though, you
could see that situation happen, like read it, and just be like, yo, he ain't got no dad in his life. And then you look him up, and that's what happened. His dad was killed when he was like 4. He was raised by his mom. You would think the last thing you would do is put your hands on the female. You was raised by a woman, bro.
That's circumstantial.
You wouldn't want nobody to touch your mom.
But that's circumstantial because I know there's dudes who were just raised by a woman, and they treat women with the utmost care. So that's really just circumstantial what you was raised in.
No. I'm saying like you would think him wouldn't want to do that because he was raised by his mom.
But I'm just saying that you can't go with that conclusion just because he was raised by his mom, but because I think that's circumstantial because you got,
of course, it's circumstantial, but you would think that how you feel about your mom because that's your only parent you had, and her being a woman, you would think like, look,
try to treat women
in a certain type of way.
But that depends on how he was raised and what he saw growing up. He might not got high respect for his mom growing up, depending on how he was raised.
And I'm not saying this about him, but I'm going to touch that. All these young kids growing up, this generation, they love the music, they love rap, they love all that. When they all disrespect women, women even disrespect themselves.
No, we ain't gonna talk about that.
We never gonna get on that.
We gonna get on that.
I feel like all this generation growing up, they do not have the respect that they should for women, and that's probably why we see more and more of these cases.
Right.
Because back then, back in the old days, we would never put our hands on a woman.
Don't say never, but it's less likely.
Less likely to put our hands on a woman.
Different. About to say because I grew up around certain situations, so it wasn't never.
Now it's the anybody can get it generation, bro. Like they feel like anybody put their hands on them, they swing it. Teacher, cop,
Right.
girl, like no matter who it is,
Well,
all the things that you be like, yo, bro,
well,
do that.
here's my other issue with this, and this is where I'm going to just give a little address the
Saying
women.
young buck.
Yeah, address the women to this situation, ladies. We have now been put in again. We are in a new era and a new generation. You are in a generation where, since I was growing up, y'all was telling men, be more in your feelings, be more, emotional. Last time I checked, anger is an emotion. Your feelings of feeling anger is an emotion. So now you got these kids. They wasn't taught to control them. They was taught to live in. They are being told to live in to feel that emotion. Don't hold it in. No, be more in tune with your emotions. Problem with that is these kids don't understand. They're not properly taught. You can't always react to your emotions. I don't care what it is. You can't always react to them.
You're not taught problem solving.
Right,
Like,
you're
you know
not.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially growing up now. So now you don't know how to react when something happens. Like, you just feel like you just moving on autopilot. You just swinging. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
that's
Not
what
thinking. You black.
Right,
Yeah.
you just
You black.
automatically
Right.
reacting. You're not looking at the situation as a whole. You're just like, all right, I'm just gonna react. You
Right.
can't do that.
Nope.
And
Can't do that.
especially for someone that's in the NBA, you're living out your dream.
They don't
This
care.
could destroy you.
They don't care at the
Like,
moment.
you have
they don't
to
care at the
think
moment.
with
You taken care of too.
Right.
You could.
I'm like, you got to
best
think
thing-
about
fuck
your
everybody
family.
whole
You got to
life
think about all of that. I'm like, for all these athletes that's getting accused, but I'm like, y'all have to make better choices. And it sucks because a lot of these people that are getting accused are African American. It makes us look worse. But like, y'all just y'all have to make better choices. If you're in a toxic relationship,
Get out.
She's like, walk away.
Get
like,
out.
You
Get
on
out.
top of the world. You making all this money. You could go get anyone you want. Do not stay. Do not act on your emotions. Do
Right.
not stay in toxic relationships. Ladies, the same way. I'm sure you probably seen any red flag with the dudes you're dealing with before any of that happened.
Right.
Like, walk away, leave it alone. It's not worth it.
You know, the worst part is because they saying reports that that somebody from her camp or whatever saying like, that's not the status of their relationship.
Yeah.
Ignore the rumors of
It's
the
not
report.
abusive, right? It's
And then
not
you
this.
got on his side saying like, yo, police report. I ain't the one that's responsible for a neck. So if something happened, like, they try to charge him or whatever, and she don't show up as a witness or something like that, and he end up not doing jail time, I don't want to see him back in the league, bro.
You don't?
I know, fam. Same thing that happened with Miles Bridges and like the NFL.
Yeah.
When Greg Hardy got through that,
Yeah.
management.
Right.
I think Alton Smith, what's his name? Alton Smith,
Yeah.
Right.
gone. Like Ray Rice, gone. Like, yo, fam, like this is a no. Like you gotta at least show that you're on the path of rehabilitation, and it better be some
That
years.
you wanna get
some
better.
years, not like, oh, you went to some anger management for the summer.
Okay, I agree with
And
that. I agree with
you
that.
back on your next contract
I
a
agree
year
with that.
later.
I agree
Like,
with
nah,
that.
fam, it got to be years
But-
of repeated you taking
Because
steps to get better.
I'll give you a prime example that because it automatically came up when this story came up, and because he's a coach now. They keep bringing up Jason Kidd's situation. Now, like every time anybody,
That's a different era, though.
But I'm just saying, but he just recently got back into the league. Like they were when they first talked about bringing him back as a coach. It was petitions and women speaking out, like
Remember
saying,
that?
yeah, they ain't want him back in the league. He got back in the league, and like just now, I was reading a bunch of articles when they was referring to this joint. The first name that came back up was talking about what we had. Remember when we had the Jason Kidd situation? Like you got these situations where, like you said, in the past. They allowed this crap.
Yep.
The NBA
You gotta change.
Right. The
You gotta-
NBA's got to fix their rules on this. Like if something like this happened, but see the problem, that's a very tricky slope for me
Yeah.
because if I'm proven innocent, and this is like a first time offense, I don't think I should have to pay. I think I should be kicked out the league for 3, 4, 5 years. A year suspension, maybe. But 3, 4, 5 years. Now this is a repeat situation where I got a history of doing this, and just finally
Sometimes,
somebody
yeah.
got me. Then that's a different narrative.
Sometimes you got to use common sense or use your best judgment.
yeah.
Right.
Because Greg Hardy, he got away with it, but it was pictures. So everybody identified the pictures, right?
He shouldn't have been right.
So regardless of him not
Right. The pictures was there. Right. The pictures was there for that.
But the Kevin what's his name? Kevin Porter, right?
Yeah, Kevin Porter. Yeah, Kevin Porter.
Kevin Porter, his situation is so graphic of the details of what happened, where now it's like, yo, if the pictures come out, I don't think people even need to see the pictures. It's so graphic that it's like, and we, if the way, like, say if she don't show up as a witness, we know something happened. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Something
Either
there.
paid her
No,
or
it's money. It's
scared her.
Well,
How about that?
either he paid. Well, the way her sister talking, I don't think he's getting away with scaring her.
Okay.
the way her sister.
No, her sister actually abused her husband too, though.
Yeah,
Dwayne
that's
Haskins.
what I'm saying.
So
but the way her
we ain't-
sister, but the
Oh,
way,
that was-
Yeah. So she know. So
yeah, her
you know,
sister, but her sister about that. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think she would let her get
I'm just like-
scared of a
Because
situation
Miles
like that.
Bridges is back in the league. And
He
he
ain't
about to
back
get
in
a
the
new
league.
cat. Yes,
Well,
he is.
I just read
Yeah.
that.
No, but
Yeah,
he back this
Charlotte.
shit.
And he
I
about to
thought-
get a new
Yeah,
contract
Charlotte about
after
to
the
get
year over. So
Well, he put,
But
he
he
plead
served,
out.
I'm about to say
He plead
served
out.
his year.
Yeah, he plead out.
served his
Right, he
year.
plead out.
he served his year,
And he pleaded
but
out, right.
Still, you rewarded. He gonna get
Right.
a new contract. Really,
But you ain't
after
got
the
to
year.
say. First of all, you ain't rewarded because you ain't rewarded to the fact you ain't got to save money. Do you feel like that's somebody that should once
Fam,
they
I get $40 million. I'm awarded. I don't care what you say. I
you
shouldn't
talking
even be
about for the
playing
money,
right now.
But so you're
Yeah.
saying you feel like that somebody gets put in these type of situations, they should lose their livelihood?
No, I just said if you got to show me years of rehabilitation, so years of
I
it.
just feel like it's
Not
the
a banishment
standard-
of 1 year.
the
You need to be
standard
going
isn't
for
the same.
some years,
Okay.
until you get it together, bro. It's not a
I'm
1
like-
year and then you get a new contract. Ain't no.
Like it's like a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
I'm like me, you, or you. We get accused of that. We going down. You feel me?
Well,
But just because he played basketball, it's
just to push,
okay,
just
you
to
know.
just to push back on that for conversation piece. Y'all hear about that Young Bird situation with Young Bird and Tank?
I heard about that,
Yeah.
but she never said he hit her.
Huh?
She never said he hit her. She
No,
said
the room. I know, but I'm saying the story came out that he hit her. She did accuse him of hitting her. Then when he pushed back on it,
that's not what she
said,
did. She said I was in a situation where I
"I
had, to defend
myself."
No, it alluded to it,
Right.
But then they both cleared it up.
She right. Bird said he didn't do it, and she said she hit him.
Right,
But
exactly.
but immediately, it was already he abused because Bird got a history of that. Remember, he's that I'm trying to speak to. Say for instance, even though Tank came out and said, "Yo, he didn't happen. I put my hands on him." He still got that public scrutiny of people saying, "But he probably did it. He did it before. She probably just defending him because she still got feelings for him." Blah 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 blah. This blah whatever the case may be. Same thing with you. You can look at Kevin Porter's situation and feel like, she's probably doing the same thing. She got feelings for him. She's trying to protect him. She's worried about his contract and everything. But at the same time, just for playing devil's advocate, say she says nothing happened and that report came out was just a ruse, like was just a made up story or over exaggeration of what actually happened.
Too much came out of it, like police reports, hotel staff seeing her bleeding. Like it's too much witnesses there for that to
Right.
be able to happen.
I'm just speaking for conversation,
Yeah.
right? I'm not
Yeah, for
refuting it.
Burry's situation,
Right.
it's like, bro, nobody was there, and supposedly he got video of her swinging on him. So
Yeah, he said he got the
and
video.
she
He's
said
on
don't
video.
put that video out. So
Yeah.
it's like he must got something that's
Well,
going to get.
if he's
Yeah,
smart, he got
right.
the video, right?
Yeah,
If he's
so-
smart, he got the video.
Yeah, so you ought to, these athletes got to get it together, man. Like
Oh,
it's-
not just athletes, men in general.
men in general got to get it
men in
together,
general
bro.
gotta get it together.
Like you
dog.
got so much at stake. You get to this point in your life just to throw it all away.
right.
But back to the point. They're going to believe the woman 9 out of 10 times until you
And
come
it's-
back with like some
and
concrete
in
evidence.
a sense, you got no choice.
Right.
In a sense, you have no choice until you can prove.
Right.
And you got concrete evidence. You can prove them wrong. You really got no choice but to believe them because it's like,
Walk
what are you
away.
gonna do?
Walk away.
Walk away, and get out. Like if this, like, listen, these
Shit, if the reports is true about what happened, they said she was sleeping. Like,
Huh?
what's that?
Well, he
man.
got his situation. If we just speaking about his situation. His
Yeah.
situation was retarded.
Like, ain't no walk away, like, he-
because
Right,
he
right.
went
Yeah.
back into the room.
Yeah.
Which I said, once you did that, you already done messed
Yeah,
up.
like, bro,
regardless
like-
of what happens in there, you already done messed up by going back in the room.
You must
But
say
I'm just
allegedly,
speaking-
you know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm just speaking in the whole. Like, if
Yeah.
you're in a situation where you are in a relationship and your woman is a very aggressive, toxic spin woman, where you feel like you feel like you're getting
Yeah,
attacked,
right.
get out of there. You ain't got to stand there and take that. And you damn sure do not need to put your hands or act any type of physical way. Get your butt out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. Relationship, it ain't work. I don't care how good the relationship or how good stuff is with her. Let it go.
Right.
Because at some point in time, you might find yourself in one of these situations where you literally caught up in something for what? Because you don't learn how to have self-control? Doesn't make sense to me.
So I mean, I think that was a topic there. I don't want to see no more stories like this, man. They come
Too
out
many popping up
way
like that.
too frequently,
Yes.
bro. Like,
Yeah, there's too many of them.
and you don't
popping
know
up.
what to believe, right? So at this point, you get accused. You beat the first one. You get accused again. Now I gotta be like, bro, what you doing?
But I-
'Cause
You're an offender.
why is this following you, bro? Like, why is this
what
on
I
your
say,
jacket?
dog? What I always say, I always feel like a leopard doesn't change his stripes. And if you get away with doing something one time, if
Yeah.
that's who you are, I pretty sure you gonna do it again. We were like, all right, so that really was you. That's really
bro,
how
like,
you are.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, y'all gotta do better with that, man. So this is where we stand on that. You know, we cover football.
Speak.